In this part, we are going to build one of the most important features in any e-commerce application, the shopping cart. So far, we have products, authentication, GWT tokens, role-based authorization, validation services, and a clean API structure. But now we need to connect products to real users. The cart system allows an authenticated user to add products to their personal cart, view cart items, update quantities, and remove items. This is also the foundation of the next big feature, orders and checkout. So by the end of this course, we are going to terminate the cart system fully from scratch. First, we create the cart entity. A cart belongs to one user. So we store the user ID. We also define a navigation property to the user entity. The items property represents all products currently inside the cart. One cart can contain multiple cart items. Next, we create the cart entity. This represents a single product inside the cart. Each cart item belongs to one cart and points to the one product. We also store the quantity because the user may add more than one unit of the same product. Now we register both entities inside AppDB context. This tells entity framework core that we want tables for carts and cart items. Once we create a migration, entity framework will generate the database schema for these new tables. Now we create DTOs for the cart features. Add to cart DTO is used when a user adds the products to the cart. It contains the product ID and quantity. Update cart item DTO is used when the user changes the quantity of an existing item. Cart item DTO represents one item in the cart response. It includes product information, quantity, and the calculated total. Cart DTO represents the complete cart, including all items and all the total price. Because we already use Fluent validation, we also add validation for cart requests. The product ID must be greater than 0 and quantity must also be greater than 0. This prevents invalid cart operations like adding a product with quantity 0 or a negative value. Now we update AutoMapper. For cart item, we map product name and price for the product related product entity. This lets the API returns useful product information inside the cart response. For cart, we map the cart ID and the list of items. Next, we create the cart service interface. The service exposes 4 operations: get the current user cart, add a product to the cart, and update quantity of an item, and remove it from the cart. So every method receives a user ID. This is very important because each authenticated user should only access to their own cart. Now we register cart service and dependency injection. So this allows us to inject iCart service into the cart controller, just like we did with product and authentication services. Now we create the cart controller. The entire controller is protected with authorize, which means only logged in users can access cart endpoints. Inside each action, we read the current ID user, user ID from the JWT token using claims type name identifier. This is what connects the cart to the authenticated user. So the controller exposes endpoint to get the cart, add an item, update item quantity, and remove the element from the item from the cart. Because we added two new entities, we create a new migration called add cart table. So add migration, we call it add cart tables. So this is where we create the carts and cart items table in SQL Server. Then we apply the migration using update DB context, update database. Now inside the database, so the database is e-commerce app tables, and we can find that the cart and carts items is added to the database. Now let's test the application. So inside Swagger, so here we have all the cart APIs, all the cart endpoints we already added. So we start with the login. We copy the token. Inside authorize, we paste it. We are logged. Now inside the database we have two products with ID 9 and 10. So here if we try to add an element to the cart, so product ID 9 with 3 elements. Execute. And here the product is added. And here inside database we have 5, the user 5, and the ID is 1. And for the cart items we have product 9 and quantity 3 with the cart ID 1. Now let's test the get API, get cart, try it out. And here we got the cart ID with the product line, keyboard with the price, quantity and total. So everything is working fine. At this point, our e-commerce API has real shopping cart system. Each authenticated user can manage their own cart securely with the JWT authentication. So today we finished working with manage cart actions.